Hi, everyone. This is Drew Tomlin with the Association for Middle Level Education, and I am joined today on this hangout by Mr. Rick Wormeli. Rick is an outstanding author, speaker, educational thinker, an all-around nice guy. We're so excited that he's going to be joining us at AMLE 2016, the annual conference for the middle level education, October 9th through the 12th in wonderful Austin, Texas. So thanks for talking with us today, Rick.
Thank you, Drew, for giving me the opportunity.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about why you're excited to be joining everyone at AMLE 2016, and also maybe some topics you're going to be bringing to the audience.
Well, to be really honest, totally self-serving. I love Austin. My cousins were raised there, so I spent summers in Austin. It is the place to be. South by Southwest, the hill country. The food is incredible. It's one of the most livable cities in the United States, voted over and over and over again. So Austin itself is fantastic. But AMLE, oh my gosh. You know, sometimes we get so bogged down in the day in and day out in our own classes and schools and organizations. And then you get together at AMLE and suddenly your brain is on fire. Idea after idea after idea, connection to connection to connection that you couldn't get inside the kind of that own echo chamber or the daily going back and forth doing your work routines. And
Right.
man, it just opens doors. I mean, yeah, a lot of people say, well, let's do webinars and things like that. But it's really face to face when you're there in the room with the energy of the room with everybody else, where you do make a lot of inroads and you get so many aha mini epiphanies. It's like gold just to be in the room, let alone to present, let alone to really connect with the presenter, maybe outside the workshop there when they're walking through the hallways. You just come back on fire. And yeah, you'll have some of your colleagues who see you coming back all aglow and they're like, you drank the Kool-Aid, didn't you? Yeah, don't make me do that. And you somehow got to find a way to share that and kind of almost recreate the AMLE conference every day or at least every week in your classroom to kind of renew yourself. So I see it as a form of renewing and connection and very humbling because I'm around super, super smart people who know way more than I do. And when I go there, it helps me step up my game much higher than it would have been had I never gone there at all or just, read a whole series of tweets afterwards or during the conference. Right. Being face-to-face, that's what it's all about. Ideas, can I share some of those?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Well, I'm going to be doing a thing on homework. And homework in the 21st century is a huge issue. To be really honest, candid, I think homework is beginning to disappear. We're entering into a 24/7 cycle with personal technology access where the teacher's going to say, all right, your practice or your task will be, and you do it in school, at home, all over, because 24/7 it now allows us on a band trip to send ideas to each other from bus to bus, to do something in the middle of the day, end of the afternoon, midnight after you take a nap for a few hours. The idea of homework, especially with flipped classrooms, is beginning to change. So what policies really work and what don't, and maybe busting a few myths. Also inside that or tangentially to it, I'm going to do tiering. So how do you raise or lower the complexity of homework assignments, but assessments, in-class assignments for complexity? There are a lot of things that people do to kind of raise complexity, but they're just punishing kids for their advanced capability. They're not really going in a different direction, changing the nature of something, they're just changing the quantity of it. So we're going to take a look at differentiated instruction, but the subset focus of tiering, the stuff that makes teachers and children cry. No. Tiering is in raising and lowering the complexity of the challenge level. How do you do that very practically and meet the needs of a variety of kids, all within one 50-minute, 90-minute, 75-minute, 42-minute class period? How do you pull that off? We'll take a look at that. I'm also going to do a session on ELLs and how do you work with ELL in the regular classroom. So there's a lot of information out there just in general. How do you teach an English language learner? But one of the biggest things you can't do is lump them all together. Oh, this universally works with all ELLs. No, it doesn't. There's some very, very specific things, and that will be a focus in the practical. At least 25 different ideas on how do you work with ELLs so they're very successful in the classroom from somebody who's been doing it his entire career, let alone seeking the advice and research of others along the way. Right. And of course, Drew, we're doing standards-based grading. Probably the biggest controversial issue that I ever address outside of maybe racism in schools is how do you get people on board and culturally shift for standards-based assessment and grading? So the myths will bust. Yeah, we're going to do redos and retakes. Why you would do it, the practicality, late work, how do you deal with that? What about extra credit, setting up a grade book? What about kids who are really, really different, IEPs, 504s? Bring your most candid, awkward questions you would never, ever ask in a teacher's lounge due to the politics of the department or the building, and we'll get those addressed right there, right then. And I'll give you tons and tons of practical resources updated as of at least just a day or two prior to the conference itself. I'm scouring everywhere to find you the latest in articles, in research, in thought papers, and thought leadership on standards-based grading. We'll take you on that journey.
Wow, Rick, I'll tell you what, and anyone who has worked with Rick or has seen Rick spoken, you know that just this little moment that we're sharing with Rick right now is just a microcosm of his boundless enthusiasm about education and middle grades in particular. So thank you for, you brought a lot of F words, if I can just put it that way, Rick. About Austin, about AMLE, I heard food, I heard my brain on fire, I heard face to face. I heard about, even fine gold, and it's all fabulous. So
it's all far out, man.
Far out. And you know what? And from your setting, thanks for branching out with us today and talking about AMLE 2016 in Austin, Texas. We're just so excited that you're going to be joining us and excited for everyone out there who's going to be coming to the conference to see Rick in action and hear about all this great stuff, both practical and, hey, controversial a little bit, to get those great energizing discussions going. So
we'll call it provocative and candid.
Provocative and candid.
Yeah, very useful.
Exactly. and
useful. True, I have to put a plug in here.
Yeah.
AMLE needs to come to Virginia at some point. We can share this lovely pastoral background with you. Come over anytime to spend your tourist dollar.
Just as we share in the commonwealth of your knowledge.
Oh my gosh.
We would love to come to the Commonwealth. There you go. See? Well, thank you again so much, Rick, for joining us today and to talk about AMLE 2016 and what you're going to be bringing there. Any parting words for the good of the group?
No, just when I grow up, I want to be you. I'm merely riding in the tail of your brilliant comet, Drew. Thank you.
Oh gosh, and I like the moon and just reflecting your brightness.
Viewers are going to need a shovel very quickly.
Well done. All right. Well, thanks again, Rick. And thank you, everyone out there who's checking out this hangout. To learn more about AMLE 2016, the annual conference for middle level education, coming to Austin, Texas, October 9th through the 12th. With AMLE, we help you reach every student, grow professionally, and create great schools. Thanks again, Rick.
We'll see you there.